Hey guys, I'm Chris Schumann and you're tuned into the Pavilion Property Market Pulse. Now, if you tuned in a couple of weeks ago, you probably recall that I mentioned we had a great property coming to market very soon, and this is the property that I was speaking about. Now, it's going to be priced at $940,000 to $1,030,000. It sits on over 1,400 squares of prime Ocean Grove real estate. It's a short walk to Blue Waters Lake. It's got a phenomenal garden if you've got a green thumb or just love hosting events. There's even potential, if you wanted to do it, to have some kind of an income source coming from this. Imagine, a wedding planner potentially hosting weddings and some kind of events here. It'd be absolutely amazing and a standout property for something like that. Of course, it is over 1,400 squares, so could be potential for development there as well. Now, it is walking distance to the Blue Waters Lake, walking distance to the Ocean Grove Village, and of course walking distance to the beach. So it doesn't get any better than that. Now, moving in to local markets. In local markets, we have seen the Reserve Bank of Australia keep the cash rate again at 1.5%. Of course, we have just recently moved into October. Make sure you keep an eye out for next week's Market Pulse, where we'll be keeping an eye on all the properties that have sold throughout Ocean Grove and Barwon Heads. You'll be able to get a real idea on what's sold and what they've sold for. Is the best way to keep in touch with our local market, especially if you're looking to buy or sell around the area. Now, in Ocean Grove, we're really starting to see a lot more people coming and starting to enjoy their holidays and make the most of the sun and the spring that we are now within. We've seen not an increase of properties as of yet. We're still sitting with about 119 properties on the market, and we're still seeing about 9 properties come to market, and we've seen 7 sell throughout the last week, which is pretty standard. We are noticing that some of the properties that have had a little bit of trouble selling and have maybe had longer days on market, some of those ones have started to turn over now, and we expect that to be the case moving forward as well. But we should see a number of properties selling in a short period of time, as they have as well throughout the winter period. We had 13B Watkin Road sell, and that was on the market for quite a while, and that one had recently sold. Now, jumping also into Barwon Heads. Barwon Heads had one new property come to market and another one that got re-highlighted and switched over from one agent to another. It's about this time of year that we do see those kinds of things happening. Sometimes people like to reinvigorate their campaigns, maybe trialing in another agent and expecting that now that we're in spring, there could be potential for some of those holiday makers falling in love with the area and purchasing their new dream home or holiday home. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Market Pulse. As you can see, this property has a lot to offer, so make sure you check out 32 Lake Avenue. Now, it's about 24 degrees here in Ocean Grove at the moment, so I'm going to sit down, enjoy a glass of wine, and we look forward to seeing you next week.